All right, guys. Hey, Jeremiah had a requested video of what should I tell him, or a request of what should he run for a corn fertilizer program in his first year of strip till. I can't tell you that. I'm not even remotely close to your area. I would love to say cut your P&K in half, but there's some soils around the country that you can't do that either. So what I recommend is either find the closest person you can that is doing strip till to you. Jake Ziegler down there in Illinois runs no fertility with his strip till cart because the soil is so rich that he just replaced his tillage program with strip till. And maybe Jeremiah is close enough to Jake that he could bounce that idea off. But on your farm, I would recommend taking whatever your normal program is. If it's your first year strip till, take your normal corn program, even if it was broadcast, run it through your strip till. Now you know your crop is safe. You haven't done anything different other than you've banded it. So there should be no reason to have a bad crop other than weather or whatever things. But as far as fertility goes, you still got your butt covered. You didn't do anything radical. Now, across the farm, every field, run a few rounds at 50% and 25%. Adjust your nitrogen program coming back later to adjust for nitrogen differences. So your nitrogen level stays the same across all acres. You're just adjusting your P and K because them are the big ones that really, well, they're the start. They're the starting point. Then come fall time, did them spots stay the same yield? Did yield go down where you pulled fertilizer down? Now you know on your farm where to start for the following year. If the yields didn't move at 50 or 25%, I would start the next year at 50% and do more 25% applications to see what is going on. Then the third year do you run 25%, but I would take it at baby steps. Moving to strip till, that's a big step, getting rid of all your tillage. You got a big leap there. I have no fear of anybody doing that. Same on soybeans. For us, fertilizing for soybeans is just silly. I have been trying it for 6, 7, 8 years now of trying to fertilize soybeans for maximum yield with return on investment, and never once has the yield paid for the investment of fertility. So far, no tills, no fertilizer. Soybeans have been the best bang for buck here. Same thing, if you're moving from full till to strip till on soybeans, run your normal program, do some tests at reduced rates. The big thing with strip till is some seed safety. If you're running a shallow unit like a Dawn and you're spring stripping, I would run a little lower. I wouldn't move 100% of my PK and other nutrients into that. Your nitrogen, you're still going to want to split apply, but anything broadcast ahead of the planter or early small crop, you're going to naturally bring into your strip till to try and capitalize on saving passes. On a shallow unit like that, I would give it a lot of time. I would give it like a week or so. If you're running a lot of fertility through a Dawn unit in the spring, I would give it some time. You want to make sure that you're not creating any potential damage to your seed or your crop. Deep banding, at 8 inches, we've literally followed the stripper. So we usually no-till the headlands and then start stripping up and down. And he got just a few rounds ahead, and then we come through with the planter, and we had zero issues of that. But again, for safety, for your first time trying it, give it a day or two. You're out nothing. Nobody ever got hurt erring on the side of safety. So other than that, I don't know what to say. You need to do your own on-farm trials. I would love to tell you right off the top, get rid of P&K altogether. My tinfoil hat lecture. So we've got the safe, conservative, quick and easy video done. Tinfoil hat lecture, where John goes off the rails. this is where I say soluble soil tests mean nothing. You need to do mineralized soil tests, or just stop bothering with soil tests because your soil is made up of vitamins and minerals, and just start using the covers and crop diversification and building soil life, because soil life is what's going to break down and help mineralize along with weather on your granule P and K and minerals, and them are what's going to build your crop and feed your crop anyhow. Same with pH. I've watched a lot of soil biologists speak about that chart that the co-ops give, that say, well, you need to be at a 6.8 because that's kind of the magic spot where all these minerals line up for being soluble. And I've seen a lot of soil biologists kind of say that is just utterly bull crap. And if all these agronomy and fertilizer salesmen had ever done pH testing around a root zone, your soil could be at a 6.8. Doing pH testing around a root zone, every time you move the tester you get a different reading. That's because life is always moving that pH up and down, and that's how it's doing its nutrient transfer. That's the miracles of life in our soil. So for me, the only reason I'm doing any soil testing from now to the rest of my life is simply because that is still the conventional farmer's tool to show, like, if something's working or not. Like, well, I cut my rates and my soil's starting to deplete, so I better increase my rates. To me, I could care less. I could care less in 5 years from now if we pull soil samples and they're all single digits P level, and they're all if everything says very low across the board, but I'm growing a better crop than ever, the soil test really doesn't mean anything, and it hasn't, because I'm growing better crops than ever on less fertilizer than ever. My ground is starting to get going. That engine I've got it primed over the last 5 years. Now it's time for it to get pumping. But yeah, enough of the tinfoil hat talk. I hope that helped Jeremiah out. Just be safe is the big thing with the strip till and the fertilizer through there, and find a guy that is as close as possible to see what he is there. Do your tests, and the next year then you can have some more fun. And so let me know if that helped you, Jeremiah. Anybody else, like the video, share the video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. But hey, thanks for watching.